Hi guys, it's just a real short video really, to a bit of an add-on to the one I did for the two camera rails. I've had sort of varying success tonight in trying to make up some sort of adapters using those articulated arms, etc. And I mean, that's my GoPro mounted on an arm which goes upside down, and that goes sort of, that's pointing at the milling machine, that's where it goes, which you'll see in a minute. So a quick introduction really. I'll just sweep you over and show you what I've done so far. I have got some longer arms coming because they're very short, and it's like adding them all together to get any length, and I need quite a lot of length because as you know, I put these plates above my head so I couldn't whack my head on them. But what I've done and my thoughts on the future of what I've done, I'll show you. Okay, best thing to do. Okay guys, so we've gone from the tripod, which unfortunately I've had to swap over the shoe, taking that one out off the camera. But I'll show you what I've done. So we've got one hanger there on a mag base with the bits that come with the mag base to hold a DTI, and I've made an adapter, and this is actually Whitworth in here, and this were M6, so I've tapped down so far M6 into that housing, so that's now on there. So at the moment that's sort of pointed at the DRO, is the GoPro, so if I ever wanted to sort of show anything on there, I could minimise that camera down into a quarter of the screen in the corner. I've done it before, but yeah, that's the mount for it. Or I could literally just undo this mount and swivel that round and point into the work or anywhere else. And then this one, at the moment I'm not using mag base. I've got two over there, but I need to set them up yet onto there. But I just used the clamp for now, just to hold it. I've got these are like 4.5 inches long, these, but I've got some 11-inch ones coming, so it's an articulated arm that's totally 22 inches long. But just for now, a piece of stainless bar, I've drilled and tapped it Whitworth, quarter Whitworth at both ends. It's a piece out of an old cash machine, no, not a cash machine, a till, a shop till, and that's the base unit. I'll say it's only a mock-up really, but that's a new mount that I bought, and I fastened that mount onto this articulated arm under here. I'm sure it'll be more stable when I get me proper arms that are coming. So basically that's what you've got. It's wobbling, can you see it? After a second or two it'll steady off. But it is a long thing, and it's only clamped on there loose. Well, not loose, but yeah, everything's ashed up really. But to give you an idea that you wanted to, you know, look at that, I've got the camera there. So basically there's two cameras set up there, they could be both running now. Now the GoPro will run about 45 minutes on a battery before it goes flat, but this thing, you're lucky to get 20 minutes out of it. But what I have got, and I've had it for a few years but it's still working well, is one of those power banks. I mean, it's what it says on the back, it's probably a load of rubbish. It's not focusing, is it? But it says 30,000 milliamps. What's that, 30 amps? No, not a chance. But it's a battery pack, and I have used it before on motorbike. So that could actually be clamped up there, probably, you know, on some sort of not Jubilee clips, what do they used to call them clips, Terry clips I think they're called. Clip it on there and just run a lead down and plug it in, because this will work with the power lead in it and it'll still work, and the GoPro will as well. So that might be something I could do. I could even sort of fasten it on the back of that, couldn't I? But it's a bit much having that sat on the back of there. I'd have thought, well, not impossible, and just a short lead. So that's where we are, lads. We've done okay with that, I think. As I say, that's just an ash up till that arm comes. I'm hoping when that arm comes, I could maybe attach it to there, because I want to leave that like that so I can tilt that camera backwards and forwards, and just take that off and put my mount on there and straight down. That's the idea anyway. And of course, alternatively, is to sort this other mag base out. I've got a few of them. That one is what I was playing with originally, and it ain't too clever. It's hit and miss. I've a funny feeling, I've had this in bits before, I think it's naff. That one's not bad, it's a cheapo Far Eastern one, and it works, but it's not very strong. Not strong at all. That's the strongest one. So that's a question for anybody who sees this video. If I clamp that onto a big thick sheet, a thick block of steel, and then pushed it till it came off its magnets, would it be more not stable? Would it be a stronger magnetic fix than to thin sheet like that? Excuse me, thin sheet like that and like that. Because they're only very thin. I noticed one Cloud 42 made, I think it was something like a quarter plate or something. It's just a worry that they're not going to be strong enough, them discs, and that you know, if I catch it, it could drop off and come flying down the ground and damage either me, the machine, or worse still, an expensive pair of cameras. So I think if you've got a thick piece of steel, you get a stronger magnetic flux, a stronger hold than what you do if you did it just on a thin sheet of steel. But I might be wrong. You tell me, guys. So basically what I'm saying is, if I put that on there, that seems to me like a lot stronger, like that, onto a big block of steel like that. And that's quite stable, is that. There's a rock there, but that rock is actually my vice rocking. Yeah. I mean, I haven't put a scale on it and pulled on it. I don't know how many pounds force you'd get on it. I mean, most of weight on camera is going to be downwards. Now, alternatively, I suppose, would be to not use mag bases. There is a 5mm M5 thread up the centre of that tube in a steel block that I made, so I could fasten anything to that. Maybe that's what I need to do, is think about not using them mags. I only saw them because Cloud 42 had a mag base on, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a good idea. But is it? I only have to bang that with my shoulder, don't I, as I'm walking past. Or indeed this one, once I've got it on another mag base, and it comes down. It's a lot of money there. That's a few year old, is that GoPro? That's not that old. I think it's still a current model. It's Sony, and yeah, I wouldn't like that to fall and break. I'd rather have it on something, or at least put a tether up. You know, like Formula 1 cars, so the wheel don't fly off. And tether it to something. You know, just tether it with that, couldn't I? Just in case. Don't know. But the whole system idea, what I've done, is I think it's pretty successful and simple. There's nothing complicated about it. Anybody could do it, just a piece of tube. You can go get from your local wholesaler, buy a length of galvanised, couldn't you? Just a length of galv. I wouldn't use copper tube in plumbing side. I'd want it to be steel, I guess, for strength. And if you're tightening something against it, you copper would dint it, wouldn't it? But it wouldn't have to be stainless. I'm on to use stainless. I'm not being posh. I'm on to use stainless because it's what I had from years ago. It's been sat around back at house for about 10 years. So that's the end of that, really. I just mocked them up just to show you. Okay guys, just a little video, a little shorty. Well, thanks for watching that, guys. I just hope you found it interesting. It was just, as I say, an add-on really, just to show how far I've got with it. I'm not static or stale with it. I'm moving on. But I know for a fact, I set the cameras up tonight, as you've seen, and I've moved around it, and you know, it's great because I can get round to all the locks on the Gibbs and the X, the Y, the Z. I can get to everything easily. With the tripod, if I had the tripod here, looking at the milling machine, I was kicking it all the time and saying sorry. On loads of my videos you hear me say, oh, sorry guys, you see camera jump. So it's 1,000% better. And anybody thinking of doing it, just do it. Just get some galv conduit from your wholesalers and something to clamp round it and job's done. It's so easy to do. You can even buy saddles from your wholesalers to screw it to your ceiling or to your timber work or whatever. In fact, you could even bend one, couldn't you? You could actually make one that sort of started here and come right round and went, you know, down. So if you have machines at both sides like I have, you could actually bend the conduit. I mean, I used to bend the stuff over my knee if I didn't have the bending machine with us at the time, or we were off anyway. But it makes your knee hurt a bit, especially at my age. I won't be able to do it anymore. I used to do it, but not a good thing to do. You don't want to be bending stuff around your knees really, but it's how we used to do it if we didn't have the bending machine handy. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Please give us a thumbs up, you know, and a comment. You need to comment because I have asked the questions and tell me what you think, because I'm no pro at mounting cameras and stuff. And if you can think of a better way of holding them to them plates, or to indeed take them plates off and mount something, as I say, there's an M5 thread in there, so I can make any kind of adapter to screw on. It's just what? Okay guys, thanks for watching.